Download.
Hello, welcome back. This is the remedy every Saturday at 5. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always being here with me. Yes, today I'm here alone. I'm very sorry because Claire is not around. She got some emergency, but she'll be back and you will see her next Saturday. So, before I start the show, I want to send a shout out to everyone who's watching us from Barra, who's watching us from Kabale, who's watching us from Kampala, who's watching us from all over the country, even those who are watching us from outside the country. I love you so much. Thank you so much for always tuning in to ATV, to the Remedy. And I'm here at Homeliness, by the way. You can always tune into other shows as well. We have the top 10 countdown every Friday. We have the teens vibe tomorrow on Sundays at 3 p.m. We have very many nice shows. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. It is a TV empowering you. Anyway, coming back to the remedy, since I'm here alone, I would love you guys to engage with me so we can take this talk to another level. We were talking about self-love last Saturday and we cut it short. The weather wasn't good and stuff, and we wanted to give you something more twisted and more lively. That is why I decided that today I am going to give you my own journey to self-love. Self-love is not something you're going to jump into like boom, you love yourself all through, yet you've not been loving yourself yesterday. We talked about that yesterday, last Saturday. If you did not watch, please make sure you subscribe for all, and then hit the notification button for all the notifications. You're missing out a lot if you're not watching ATV, if you're not watching the Remedy with Jenny every Saturday. I want to say hi to Sam. Oh my god, how can I forget Sam? Hi, you said I should say hi. So hi. He's watching me from Kabale. I love you guys so much. I'm Chiga, by the way. And let us not forget, before I get into the show, I'm going to really shout a lot about very many important things that you need to know. Like the Let's Shop Farm app. You go on your Play Store. If you have not yet downloaded it, that means you've not been watching this show, because I shout about it every Saturday. Go on your Play Store, download the Let's Farm Shop app, order for all the fruits you want, vegetables, sweet potatoes, like all the farm products that you want. Let's support farmers. Let us support our environment. Yes, talking about the environment. We're not going to miss out Alfalfa. That is a very big company that helps in cleaning your house. If you have if you're busy and you cannot clean all the time, or maybe you need like a weekend off your house and you need someone to clean it, or you have a company and you need like a team to clean for you daily, Alfalfa is the only team. I'll drop the numbers later, but for now let's get into the show. So guys, self-talk. I'm going to dip into this my own way. I have to say that the journey to love yourself is not easy. I hope the wind is not affecting us. Yeah, I have the best producer. Henry Bayer is behind the camera.
Yo.
Yeah. So I want to discuss with you guys a few tips that I used. I'm even actually still trying to work on them to love myself more. Like to the journey, my own journey to self-love. Self-love is not something that you can just, jump into tomorrow. You're like, oh god, I love myself more than I loved myself yesterday. And self-love is so important. As we talked about this last weekend, we said if you're with someone, they love you, or if your partner, your parents, or any friend, they love you, but nobody is going to be there more than yourself. Like no one is going to have a relationship that is stronger than the one you have with yourself. So you have to love yourself first before you even love someone else. So guys, do not judge, but growing up, I have had challenges with loving myself. Sometimes I felt like I reached a point in life where I felt like I love other people more than I love myself. I love my friends. Sometimes I would feel like I am sacrificing too much time for my friends more than I sacrificed for myself. Or okay, anyway, I had to have a chat with myself, sit myself down, and figure out, Jenny, what do you want? What do you love yourself more, or are you loving these people more than you love yourself, or are you too hard on yourself? So, guys, the first tip, I noted them down so that I didn't want to forget any, but you can also, by the way, share with me what are your tips. What are those tips that you work with to make you love yourself more? Or maybe what if you have already started on this self-love journey with us? We started last Saturday. You can tell us some tips. My God, the wind is too much, but we're still going. So my first journey was to be the first tip for my self-love journey was to be easy on myself. Trust me, if you love someone, then you're going to be easy on them. First of all, you have to understand that when you make mistakes, they are you are human. You're just human. Like, I could make mistakes and beat myself up for like a week, and I'm still thinking about what I did last week. And yes, even the person I offended, if I offended anyone, or if I did something that I did not like, I could keep, hitting myself more and more. And instead of working to like shed it off, I'm just I'm just sacrificing myself for it. I'm crucifying myself for it, which was really not worth it. So I talked to myself and I said, Jen, you're just human, and any human being makes errors. Like, trust me, each day you make a certain error. Maybe you wrote something and it's not okay. Okay, just know that we make errors, and that is one thing I told myself. You make errors, so whenever you make errors, learn how to deal with it and stop beating yourself over it. Like, be easy on yourself. Or I am someone who was somehow like type A. Everything I did, I had to accomplish it in a certain day. But I decided to create a win list at the end of the day. Before I crucify myself for things I did not do in that day, I first look at the things I did throughout that day, and I'm like, yeah, girl, you did it, you're good to go. And I will have my good rest, like, very well. So self-love is so important, and that is one tip that I go with. And the next tip, guys, is I try to look for my strength more than looking for my weaknesses. Well, we have our strengths and weaknesses, and I most of the times I used to look at my weaknesses before I even see my strength. I would all the time be telling myself, Jenny, why are you like this? Why are you always like this? And I decided to see, wow, you girl, you can actually do this. I decided to look for things I do more, like I do and make me stand out. Like, sometimes I never wait for people to compliment my good work. Whenever I have done something good, I'm like, yeah, you've done this, because guess what? You do not need anyone's acknowledgement. You do not need anyone's approval, because you believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself and see your strength. If you're good at doing this, Henry, do you agree with me?
I do.
If you believe that you do something this way and it stands out, it makes you stand out. By the way, you guys, whenever I'm doing something, let me say in a workplace or in any other place where, like in a team, I always want to do it in a unique way, so that even when I'm gone, you will definitely recognize me. Like, you will definitely know that Jenny is no longer in this place, because I stand out sometimes. Like, I always choose to stand out because I found my strength. I looked for it. It does not just find it. It is in there, but you look for it and tell yourself, you know what, girl, you have some strength. You know what, boy, you have some strength in you. Get it out there. Pa, pa, pa. Yes, so that is one way. That is another way of loving yourself more. That is what I think. Well, that is what I flow with. And the next thing, guys, I stopped loving others more than I love myself. I love myself so much. Oh my god, I preach it all the time. Like, I will literally go in the mirror and look at myself and not get ashamed of anything I'm seeing. I don't need too much to do for myself. Like, I am good. So I love myself so much that if I love you, you're just coming next to me. I love you, but I also love myself selflessly. If I love someone and I love myself more, I will not allow someone to do some things that I do not like. Trust me, even if it is your boyfriend, even if it is your mom, even if it is your man, you cannot, or your wife, or your girlfriend. I'm talking to all you. I'm talking to boys. I'm talking to girls. You guys cannot, you cannot love someone more than you love yourself. That is so dangerous. By the way, if you do not love yourself, as we talked about last Saturday, it is even hard to love someone else. You are literally going there to look for approval, or to look for someone to work on you, to do for you things you should have done for yourself. And guess what? If someone is no longer there, it will hurt you so much. So for me to love myself, for me to love someone, I have to first weigh, do I love me more than I love this person? You know? Then I can gauge where my life is going. And that is the flow. I think that is the flow. That is what we're supposed to go with. I don't believe in loving someone more than yourself. That is why I don't believe in statements like, I can't live without you. Really, really, really. You guys, come on, don't tell lies. You lived before someone, like before your friends, before some of your firstborn, so you lived before your siblings were there. You lived before you got your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Go, boy. You're going to live even if they're not in your life. But I'm not telling you to push away people from your lives. I'm just telling you, love yourself more. And then be ready for anything. Sometimes that is what Claire said last week. Live intentionally. If you live and you know that things happen, then you know how to deal with them in a positive way. Now, I know that it was always, by the way, I learned this the hard way, guys. Like, it was always hard for me to say what I'm saying right now. So I know that if someone is meant to be yours, they will be there. And if their time has expired to be in your life, they will go. And if you love yourself so much, you will, okay, it is always hard. Yeah, you break down a little, you cry a little because you will miss this person. But you gather yourself up and move on. Trust me, moving on is also one of the things that make you love yourself more. Like, yeah, I passed through this, but it is gone. Now you're going to grab something else and you go. You move on. Move on, move on, move on. It is also one step that takes you to self-love. Well, the next, I thought I noted them so that I'll not forget, but you can keep telling me your own tips to love yourself more. If you believe that you don't love yourself, you can also join me on these ones. You can make a list, by the way, and there is tick to see if that is working out. Yeah, so another tip for me is, I am no longer running for validation. For real, I'm ashamed to say this, but everything I used to do until like 2 years back, 1 year back, yeah, I used to want everyone to like it. Like, if someone doesn't like it, I am going to feel so bad, as if I'm doing it for someone. If I have come to do the show and it is not good, I would feel terrible. I'm just giving us as an example. Or if I've come, I'm not getting good results, maybe in class, or maybe I tried to do something. I went for like a concert and failed because very many people know that I went. I would feel bad, but then I would forget that you got the courage, girl, to go and do this thing already. So whenever I'm doing something, most of the time, even if I'm doing it in the favor of someone, but I am doing it for myself, I am the one who needs to, my God, I am the one who needs to validate myself, to know that, yes, you girl, you have done this. You didn't get it this time, but next time you will get it. Like, we learn from our failures, and that is what I believe. So I am no longer hard on myself so much that if I don't get this right, it is the end of it. But I was that person one day. But trust me, when I got that out of my head, my life is so smooth. It is so good. So tell me about yours. I am still telling you about mine, but seriously, do not look for validation anymore. Those things don't work. You have been telling me and Claire this all through. No one cares about your I don't want to use some words that are not appropriate for the day, but no one really cares about your life but you. Okay, some people may care, but not to the extent of what you really, really want. And it is always you. I've told you, you need to care about yourself more than others care about you. Like, I cannot keep, like, for instance, this will take me to another level, but if you wake up every day and you do not care about your attire, no one has ever said you're smart, or whatever they tell you is, but man, what are you wearing today? And it does not bother you. Well, that is your life, but like, if you chose to like be smart for your own self and looked in the mirror and said, girl, you're smart. Even if you reached out and someone told you you're not smart, or if someone told you you're smart, you would not be surprised. If someone told you you're not smart, you'd be like, you're lying. And move on. Like, so free and so so another tip, you guys, that helped me love myself more, because I actually do. Another tip that helped me love myself more is I started looking at my hygiene and my ways of eating. My God. When I was at campus, or even after, I used to eat terrible food. Like, I used to literally make fries all the way. So when I started the routine of loving myself, when I started, loving myself more, I even started looking at the food I eat, the drinks I drink, how I should hydrate myself, and how I should look physically, how fresh I should look. I was always clean, don't judge me, but then I tried to, be more of myself. My eating changed. I started eating the way I'm supposed to eat. I take fruits. I use less farm shop app, by the way, to order for my fruits. I take fruits. I hydrate. I always take water, at least 2 liters a day. I try to eat at least a real meal. Those who eat junk, they understand. At least a real meal every day. I take breakfast in the proper time. I take supper in the proper time. Like, I am okay with meals lately. Yes, congratulations, Jenny. And that is one way of loving myself. Yeah. So you guys, I'm going to go in a very, very short break, and I'll come back for you. But tell me, what are you doing to love yourself better, or do you believe in self-love at all? Let us share. Thank you so much for watching. You're still on The Remedy, AUTV, empowering you.
You're watching AUT TV, empowering you.
Welcome to the show! Of course, Bucks UG, I'm gonna be hosting the coolest teen show in the land. When I talk about the coolest, you know what I mean. And this is what we have called the Teen Vibes, man! It's a Teen Vibe every single Sunday, 3 p.m. on AUTV. Go down on our Facebook, YouTube, we shall be streaming live. I'm Bucks UG every single Sunday. Don't forget to catch me live, baby.
You're watching AUT TV, empowering you.
So a few days ago, you joined the crowds in the market for your fresh foods. You'd equally brave the risky streets, exposing yourself to the virus.
Cut the hustle. If you're in Barara, all your fresh foods can now find you on your doorstep. Download a Let's Farm Shop app from Play Store to order now.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, we're still on The Remedy. Oh, okay. Are you loving yourself? I am loving myself. I'm loving ATV. Hi, Henry. Hi. Yeah, that is my producer behind. I'm here alone today. If you have just joined us, You must be wondering where Claire is, but Claire is joining us next Saturday. Don't miss. We have nice things for you guys. I'm so saying shout out to all the people who are watching us from Kabale, from Bara, from Kampala, from outside the country, everywhere. We love you so much. You're on ATV, empowering you. And we're still talking about self-love. So you guys, I have been telling you my own journey to self-love. Last time we talked about self-love, and I figured that if I came and maybe shared my own story, my own way of the journey, it would make sense to you guys, because trust me, very many people are struggling with, we're actually dealing with mental issues here. Very many people are struggling with these things and they don't even know, and until you know that there is a problem, you cannot solve it. So first, see how you're loving yourself, and trust me, that is the only way you can love your neighbors better. So I was still telling you guys my own tips that I follow to love myself better. Who says better than me? Well, another tip is I have learned to manage my emotions. You guys, I would break down and want everyone around me to care about it. I don't know if you understand. Like, if I have an issue, I would literally want all my friends to be involved, to come and calm me down. And I'm literally a crybaby, and I am tired of the I don't need validation about that as well. Like, if a problem affects me, I will go in my room and cry about it, and it's normal, like, to cry. But I also know that I'm the only one dealing with this problem at that time. So I know how to deal with my, if I have a problem, that I can sit down and talk to myself, deal with it, break down and pick myself up. I do that. I do not wait for and also I know that as a human being, those things come. We have problems. Time to time things happen, we get problems, you get affected by very many issues. Whenever I get a problem, I sit down and handle it myself in a certain way. And I also have good friends. Oh, I love my friends. I talk to them, but because I want to let something out, not because I can't manage my emotions. That is one thing I'm very proud of lately. Like, I can handle myself emotionally. Things attack me emotionally, and I can gather myself and say, yes, you're passing through this, and you can handle it. You know, by the way, it is always okay to break down sometimes when you get a problem, because we're human beings, and this life is never a straight line. So even if it is straight, sometimes it gets curves, and you have to climb that hill, and you will fall down, and eventually it will become flat again. So whenever a problem comes to me, I look back how I was happy like the previous day, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get there. So I gather myself up, I know how to handle myself, I know how to handle my emotions. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know about you, but keep telling me your own, and do not judge. Do not judge. We are fighting online gender-based violence here. Okay, and another thing is that I stopped negative self-thinking. You know, whenever we always tell our viewers here on the Remedy, me and Claire, that you should sit and sometimes talk to yourself. It is very good. It is you're giving yourself therapy. But then, what are you thinking? Are you thinking positives? Are you thinking positively? Don't judge my English, I'm good. Or are you thinking negatively? If you're always thinking negative things, it is so toxic to your life. For instance, if let me see what I can tell you. If you're maybe expecting something, maybe you applied for a job and you are waiting, you're waiting for feedback from, you did like an interview, so you're waiting for feedback. If you sit down and start saying, oh my god, I don't think I'm going to get this job, how can I get it? Well, I'm not telling you to sit there and say, yes, I must get this job. But if you did your best in an interview, just wait and say, if I don't get this job, it's a loss. Like that is all. That is what you're supposed to tell. I think that is what you're supposed to tell yourself, so that it will give you courage to even apply next time. Because if you say I will not get it, next time you won't even apply for a better one, for a better position, or you always think that you're less than what you are. We're actually great. I always tell myself every morning as I'm leaving my room, you're going to do this, because every time I'm leaving my room, I'm definitely going to do something out there. So it has, even if it's not going to be productive, I do not know, I cannot, my God, stop telling yourself things that are not going to happen before they even happen, because for you already think. Some of you have seen rats pass. I have ever said this, and some friend of mine laughed like for the rest of the week after watching the show. Some of you have seen rats pass and you say, oh, this is going to be a bad day. Why do you hate yourself so much? Come on, love yourself. That is not good at all. So another thing, I already told you guys that I always look for something that helps me stand out. Yeah, that helps me to know that I'm courageous and above life. I am above everything I say. Like, I am myself. I believe that I'm so much than whatever everyone says. So that even if someone tries to judge me, and even if it is in my face, I already know. Like, I already know to myself, Jenny, you are a lot. You're doing a lot. So today I'm a motivational speaker. I'm not just motivating you guys, I'm telling you the truth. You need to start loving yourselves more than you expect other people to love yourself, to love you. Oh my God, no, you need to start loving yourself more than you expect some other person to love you. And then, guys, focus on yourself more than you focus on others. Focus on yourself. Growing up, okay, I used to, well, I'm still working on that. Actually, it's not that I'm totally done with that, but I care about, like, I will hear a neighbor, I would hear like my neighbor saying that she's hungry, and I feel like my food is not worth eating. Like, I really trouble myself with other people's troubles a lot. Sometimes I'm working on that, but that is also like, I need to get over that to love myself fully. I love myself, but I need to, you know. So I think we need to think about ourselves sometimes before we think about others, and we should not feel bad about that. Like, okay, be nice. Like, if you can help, sometimes help, but do not help others on the expense of you. Like, for instance, if I needed money and I came to you, or if I needed food and I came to you and you only have a banana, and you know that it is the only one you're going to have for supper, if you gave it to me, God, I know miracles happen. Yeah, they happen. But that night, in the middle of the night, you give me that yellow banana and you sleep on an empty stomach, you get ulcers in the night. Yeah, so sometimes we really need to think about ourselves more than we think about others. No, we need to think about ourselves more than we think about others. What am I saying? Sometimes we need to think about ourselves now. Think about yourself before you think about someone else. So that when you're helping, you can help in a way that you would have helped yourself. It is just the way we talked about sacrifices in relationships. It also works here. If you're going to help someone with something, or like a certain amount of money, make sure that person, even if you don't weigh yourself with them, but make sure that if you give it to them, you're ready to forget it, or that you really trust that this person will give it to you. So that in the next 1 week, or when time comes for them to pay back, you don't have to beat your head down and start regretting why you gave them the money, or you start saying, I sacrificed too much for you, that's why in a relationship. So that is when you're thinking about yourself first before doing something that you do not like. I don't know if I have any other thing to tell you. Oh my gosh, how could I forget this one? Uganda. And I'm so glad that they opened churches in Uganda. So Ugandans, please pray. You guys, God created us, and there is no one on this earth, no one is going to love you more than God, not even yourself. Yeah. So self-love starts even spiritually. If you are praying, you pray to God to give you the courage to love yourself. So when I started the journey, since I'm talking about myself in this episode, when I started the journey, I realized that I needed to pray. I used to pray, but I realized that I needed to pray more than I used to pray before. Tell God to help me feel comfortable about some things, some very, very difficult decisions that I was starting to make, that will make me feel not selfish, but selfless. You know, you love yourself, but some people might see it as a selfish move. But when you pray to God and He gives you that courage, you guys, God is on top, in the center, and on the bottom. So you pray about it, and God will help you. Yeah. So you guys, it was so nice talking with you guys. I have a lot to talk about. I talk a lot, and when I come to the remedy, because it feels like home, I want to talk like there is no tomorrow. But I'll leave you to enjoy your Saturday evening, and I will say hi, producer, say bye to my people.
Hi everyone watching.
Goodbye, Anissa.
Goodbye, bye everyone who's been watching us.
Yes, we love you so much. Don't miss all the shows. I have told you guys, if you want anyone to clean for you, you have a workplace and you want it to be cleaned, Alfalfa is the only company that helps you get cleaners for you. And we are shipping our products from guzayuji.com, www.guzayuji.com. The app is coming very soon, don't miss out. And we are shipping our fruits from Let's Farm Shop app. I sing it like a song. You guys should be knowing the lyrics by now. And we're at Homeliness. You guys have to come and see this place. You need to book your rooms, you need to order for meals, you need to bring parties here. This is a nice place. It is a home indeed. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. See you next Saturday.
You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
Welcome to the show! Of course, Bucks UG, I'm gonna be hosting the coolest teen show in the land. When I talk about the coolest, you know what I mean. And this is what we have called the Teen Vibes, man! It's a teen vibe every single Sunday, 3 p.m. on a Youth TV. Go down on our Facebook, YouTube, we shall be streaming live. I'm Bucks UG every single Sunday. Don't forget to catch me live, baby.
You're watching a Youth TV.